Royal expert Neil Sean claimed, "The BBC is at their worst as they lose ground with not only the palace but its licence payers after airing the infamous royal documentary about Princes William and Harry." The BBC has been at the centre of a royal controversy over the past few weeks due to the documentary The Princes and the Press, a two-part documentary hosted by presenter Amol Rajan. The series examined the fractured relationship between Prince William and Harry and the British press. It also highlighted the tainted relationship between two institutions, the monarchy and the BBC, which have been thought to have an understanding in the past that has seen the BBC film the footage of many royal events. Royal expert Neil Sean spoke about the nail in the coffin between the institutions. He said, "Now Prince William is considering yet another BBC pullout. Let me explain behind this particular thought process. Every year the BAFTAs are screened on primetime BBC One in February. It is well attended, good ratings for the BBC. But Prince William, as you can imagine, is looking at all things BBC right now, and pondering the effects of whether it's still viable to be associated with the British Broadcasting Corporation. One idea which we told you about on the channel a few days ago, is that they could simply go down the streaming route. This will be far more effective. And what Prince William, we're told, also truly believes is that they could reach a younger audience, more people actively involved getting into the arts and seeing exactly BAFTA is all about. It does make sense because less and less people are watching traditional television, as you can imagine. Now what's also interesting is that if they decide to go down this route it will be cheaper for BAFTA and of course, they will get no doubt a bigger audience. But this really would be the final nail in the coffin between the British monarchy and of course, the British Broadcasting Corporation. What a shambles that this has become when you think about it, all to do with the fact that someone wanted to make a documentary slighting the two princes and of course, the media and the press. What truly emerged about that documentary though was it was particularly one-sided, as we all saw. I don't need to go into major detail, but right now, the BBC could not be lower rating in the popularity of the licence fee payers here in the United Kingdom, and no doubt more so in the palaces of the monarchy. The documentary was criticised and a joint statement was aired at the end of the documentary from Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace, and Clarence House. It read, "A free, responsible and open press is of vital importance to a healthy democracy. However, too often it is overblown and unfounded claims from unnamed sources that are presented as facts, and it is disappointing when anyone, including the BBC, gives them credibility." Ahead of the second part, which aired on Monday, Prince William and other royal criticised the corporation in a joint statement. The statement shown at the end of programme from the royal household said, "A free, responsible and open press is of vital importance to a healthy democracy. However, too often it is overblown and unfounded claims from unnamed sources that are presented as facts, and it is disappointing when anyone, including the BBC, gives them credibility." In a statement, the BBC defended the documentary and said, "The Princes and the Press explored the relationship between the media and the monarchy, focusing on the younger royals. It included interviews with a range of print and broadcast reporters who follow the royals closely." The statement added, "We conducted more than 80 hours of interviews and sought views from a wide variety of contributors. This included approaches to Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace and Clarence House for comment or for a representative to be interviewed for this series." A joint statement issued by them was included in both programs. Viewers claimed it to be disrespectful to the royal family and lodged more than 150 complaints to the broadcasting company, with some insisting that that program should not have aired. Amol Rajan, the Republican BBC media editor who presented the broadcaster's controversial documentary, The Princes and the Press, also cannot escape from the public. Despite making a grovelling apology for rude and immature comments made about the royal family. He said, "I want to say I deeply regret it. I wrote things that were rude and immature and I look back on them now with real embarrassment, and ask myself what I was thinking, frankly." In a second tweet, he said, "I would like to say sorry for any offense they caused then or now. I'm completely committed to impartiality and hope our recent programs can be judged on their merits." But the apology has sparked a furious response on social media, with anti-monarchy campaign group, Republic, tweeting, "If you're referring to comments about the royals, you really shouldn't apologize. You've every right to say those things and can remain an impartial journalist." Republic's chief executive Graham Smith told Express.co.uk, "It's perfectly reasonable to make critical comments about the royals. There is nothing to say he can't be an impartial journalist. A lot of BBC journalists express their support for the monarchy and they don't have to apologise for that. It's fairly routine that they join in with celebrations of weddings and jubilees and make comments about how wonderful the royals are, so it has to be okay for someone to make comments against the royals. Mr. Smith added that impartiality is not about not having an opinion, but doing a job properly and in a way which is not partial. As it was particularly one-sided, as we all saw. I don't need to go into major detail, but right now, the BBC could not be lower rating in the popularity of the licence fee payers here in the United Kingdom, and no doubt more so in the palaces of the monarchy. The documentary was criticised and a joint statement was aired at the end of the documentary from Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace, and Clarence House. It read, "A free, responsible and open press is of vital importance to a healthy democracy. However, too often it is overblown and unfounded claims from unnamed sources that are presented as facts, and it is disappointing when anyone, including the BBC, gives them credibility." Ahead of the second part, which aired on Monday, Prince William and other royal criticised the corporation in a joint statement.